Hello friends, welcome to Automation Community. Today in this video we are going to discuss an example which will be about parking garage indicator. So let's look at the example first. Parking garage indicator. When all parking spots are occupied, a full indicator should turn on and also barrier should not lift. If the parking spot is vacant, then buzzer will turn on and barrier will be lifted both for 5 seconds only if the vehicle is at the gate. Suppose if there are 4 parking spots and there are 4 sensors placed at those 4 parking spots. So if all the proximity sensors are activated, then a full indicator will turn on. And if there is a parking spot vacant, then the buzzer and barrier will turn on for 5 seconds only if the vehicle is at the gate. So there is another sensor placed at the gate that will detect the presence of a vehicle. So for buzzer and barrier, there should be a vacant parking spot. With that also, there should be the presence of vehicle at the gate, and then only the buzzer and barrier will turn on for 5 seconds. So in this example, we will be using normally open contacts. We will also be using some memory bits, and with these also we will be using a timer, that is pulse timer. So let's move to EcoStruxure Machine Expert, where we will draw a ladder diagram for parking garage indicator. I will open EcoStruxure Machine Expert Basic. I will keep read protection as inactive and write protection as inactive as well. That results uploading the application from the controller is unrestricted, and downloading an application to the controller or modifying the application in the controller is unrestricted. So if I keep it active, then uploading the application from the controller is disabled due to the blank password. That means if we keep it active, we have to set password here. And then uploading the application from the controller will be restricted. That means it will need a password, and also downloading an application to the controller or modifying the application in the controller will be restricted. That is, it will ask for the password that we have put it here. So for now, I will keep it inactive for read protection as well as write protection. And then I will click on apply. So after that, I will go to configuration tab. So here we have to select the logic controller. We have to configure the device in this tab. So here is a list of different logic controllers. I will be using TM221C24R. I will click on it and then drag it to here. Do you want to replace TM221M16RG by TM221C24R? You may lose some features and associated configuration. So I want to replace it, so I will click on yes. So here is a device description about TM221C24R. That is, it has 14 digital inputs, 10 relay outputs, 2 analog inputs, 1 serial line port, and 100 to 240 volt AC power supply controller with removable terminal blocks. So after that, I can also go to serial line, where I will select protocol as TMH2GDB. I can also set it as Modbus ASCII TMH2GDB or Modbus Serial IO Scanner. I will keep it TMH2GDB for now, and then I will click on apply. So if I keep protocol as TMH2GDB, then there is no need to set the serial line settings. So after that, I will click on Programming tab. So here I will be drawing ladder diagram. I can also click on this option to set a full screen mode. I can also click on this option to unset full screen mode. So for now, I will set the full screen mode. And then I can also zoom into it like this. I can also zoom out like this. Firstly, I will insert normally open contacts. Suppose there are 4 parking spots, and I will assign address to this normally open contact as I 0.0, then I 0.1, then I 0.2, and I 0.3. I will also add symbol to this normally open contact as slot or sensor 1. Yes. Then sensor 2. Yes. Then sensor 3. Yes. And then sensor 4. So these are the sensors placed at 4 parking spots. And then I will insert a coil here, and I will assign address to this coil as Q 0.0, and I will also add symbol to it as full indicator. Yes. So when all these sensors get activated, that is when there is no vacant parking spot left in that parking garage, then a full indicator light will turn on. And with that, I will insert one more coil, and I will assign address to this coil as M0, which will store the status of these sensors. That will store the status of parking spots. So I will click on this option and then connect it like this. And we will use this memory bit to control the barrier and buzzer. So I will add a new rung here, and I will insert a normally closed contact, and I will assign address to it as M0. And then I will insert a coil here, and I will assign address to this coil as Q 0.1. I will also add symbol to it as buzzer. Yes. So when M0 is false, then only buzzer will be on. So M0 will be false if and only if there is a vacant spot left in the parking garage. So with buzzer, I will add one more coil, and that will be connected to Q0.2. I will also add symbol to it as barrier, which will be obviously the motor or any other actuator that will lift the barrier. So I will connect it like this. And then I will use a timer, and that should be TP. And I will change time base to 1 second and preset value as 5. Yes. So when all the spots are filled in the garage, parking garage, that means if there is no vacant slot left in that parking garage, then a full indicator will turn on, and with that also this memory bit M0 will become true. And when there is any vacant spot left in the parking garage, then a full indicator will not get turned on, and also M0 will be false. And when M0 will false, then the buzzer and barrier will turn on for 5 seconds. But if the parking slots are not vacant, if any parking spot is not vacant, then M0 will be true, and when M0 will be true, the current will not flow through it, and buzzer will not turn on, and also barrier will not lift. So for buzzer to be on and barrier to lift, there should be at least one parking spot vacant. So I will exit full screen mode and I will compile the program. Then I will go to commissioning and launch simulator. Then I will start controller. To do so, click OK. So I will go to programming. So here, as you can see, buzzer and barrier was on initially, but it should not be on initially. So for this, we will use one more normally open contact as vehicle proximity sensor that will detect the presence of the vehicle at the gate. And when there is a detection of a vehicle at the gate, then only buzzer and barrier will turn on. So as you can see here, when sensor 1, sensor 2, sensor 3 and sensor 4 are on, then a full indicator will turn on. So firstly, we will insert. So I will go to commissioning and stop simulator. And I will go to programming and click on full screen mode. So here I will insert a normally open contact and I will assign address to it as I0.4. I will also add symbol to it as vehicle sensor. It is simply a sensor which will detect the presence of vehicle at the gate, and when this sensor gets activated, then only buzzer will turn on and barrier will be lifted. If the vehicle is not detected by the sensor, then the buzzer will not turn on and also the barrier will not lift. So I will exit full screen mode. I will compile the program and will go to commissioning and launch simulator. And then I will start controller. To do so, click OK. So I will go to programming and click on full screen mode. So as you can see here, initially buzzer and barrier are not activated. So this buzzer and barrier will be controlled by this sensor, this vehicle sensor. And also there should be this memory bit false, and this memory bit is false when there is a vacant spot left in the parking slot. So as you can see here, when the parking spot 1, 2, 3 and 4 none of the parking spot is vacant. All the parking spots are filled. That is, sensor 1 is placed at the parking spot 1. This sensor 1 is activated, that is, at that particular spot there is vehicle. Similarly, sensor 2, sensor 3 and sensor 4, all these spots vehicles are there and there is no vacant spot left, and that results the full indicator light will turn on, and with that also M0 will be true. And if the vehicle is at the gate, then what happens is the vehicle is at the gate, the sensor placed at the gate detects that the vehicle is at the gate, that will not turn on the buzzer, that will not lift the barrier. So for buzzer to be on and barrier to be lifted, M0 should be false. So here M0 will be false only if there is vacant spot left. So if for example, if the slot number 2 is vacant, then I 0.1 will be false, then M0 will be false, and you can see there is vehicle and buzzer and barrier are lifted for 5 seconds. And after that, again the full indicator will turn on. That is, that vehicle goes to spot number 2 and all these spots get filled and full indicator will turn on, and there is another vehicle at the gate, but the buzzer will not turn on and the barrier will not lift. So as you can see here, if there is a vacant spot left there, the full indicator will be false, but the buzzer will not turn on and the barrier will not get lifted. It is so because there is no vehicle detected at the gate. So if the vehicle is detected at the gate, this sensor gets activated and buzzer will turn on and barrier will be lifted for 5 seconds. After that, it will turn off. It was all about this example. Thank you for watching.